Dr. Didi, the Brihadeeshwara temple constructed by Rajaraja Chola is considered to be an engineering marvel. I've even read somewhere that it's considered to be a World Heritage Site today. There are a lot of interesting facts about the Brihadeeshwara temple. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
But before that, you had been to this temple?
Yes.
How about you,
Yes,
Shyam?
yes, I've been to the temple long time back, but I
Oh,
think memories of it are still fresh in my mind. I was amazed by the architecture of the temple, which still stands rock solid even after 1,000 years.
Shyam, it's not just the architecture. In fact, I've even read in a recent news article that below the surface of the temple, surface structure of the temple, nearly 20 feet down, there is something called fine sand. And this fine sand comes from the Ganges River. And apparently, this fine sand is what protects the temple from the earthquakes and other kind of catastrophes. And apart from this, I also read somewhere that Rajaraja Chola has actually buried a plethora of very, very rare jewelry under the structure of the temple. Doctors, do you have anything to say about all of this?
Shall we go to Tanjore then? I'm excited.
I no need for you to go. You're all from the city of gold, San Francisco. One thing, you can grab the book, you will reap the gold. Anyway, jokes apart, there are several interesting facts. What you said is right. There are several interesting facts about this temple, Priyanka.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Doctor?
Yeah, I give you some of them, but we need to revisit the temple. Every time I visit this temple, I collect plethora of information. In fact, I have such a big load of information with me. I can write a one full book on this temple alone. This temple is a magnum opus of the Chola reign. Let me give you some of the facts which will amaze you. The original name of the deity was Rajarajeshwar, but subsequently, when the Marathas invaded Tanjavur city, they named it as Brihadeeshwara. That's how the temple is known today. The main temple is made of full of granite. More than 130,000 tons of granite has been used for this. The shadow of the temple does not fall on the ground. You can't see the shadow of the temple. And the at the entrance of the temple there is a big Nandi. This is made out of one single carved out of one single stone, and it weighs about 20 tons. Now the Vimana, that is the tower, that stands tall 200 feet above the ground, and there is a structure on top called Kumbham. The structure on the top weighs 80 tons on top of 200 feet. And the main deity, Brihadeeshwara, that's about 3.7 meters tall. You'll have to note that there are no granite quarry within a radius of 100 meters, 100 kilometers around the capital city Tanjavur. So it is amazing how they shifted this from far off places when the transport equipments were primitive in those days. They shifted such a huge quantity of granite. We don't know how they did it. Again, the temple is built with such an engineering precision without any computers or calculators. Structure of such a massive architecture has to be built with precision in execution in order to have a safe construction site with a zero accident or minimal accidents.
That's very interesting, Doctor.
Not only that, there are more facts. I can keep on rattling the facts, but some of them I'll give you. Every little detail about the temple is recorded as an inscription on the walls of the temple. And there are also rock carvings. We may look at it as a mere piece of decoration. No. If you look at it closely, there are holes. These holes are vertical holes drilled into these rocks in order to hold something very slender. To create such holes with primitive tools is next to impossible. How they did it, it's amazing. Now look at if you look at the tower inside, the hollow of the tower, this is mind blowing. This is just built out of interlocking stones with no binding material. And with this structure had no kind of, there was not even a single scratch on this tower over several centuries in spite of facing about 6 earthquakes.
Wow.
This is something mind-boggling. Now, if you look at the height of the tower, I told you it is 260. See, there is also sizing dimensions. There is a logic for each of the sizing dimensions. You should, when you understand the kind of application that has gone in, is super. See, in Tamil letters, the soul letters, Uyir Eluthu, they call in Tamil, is 12 letters. The height of the Brihadeeshwara idol is 12 feet. Again in Tamil, you have got body letters, Mei Eluthu, it is 18 letters. Now the stage of where the Brihadeeshwara is standing, the height of the stage is 18 feet. Now, the soul and body letters, the Uyir Mei Eluthu they call in Tamil, is 216. 12 into 18 is 216. The height of the tower is 216 feet. Again, from the entrance from the Nandi to the main idol, Brihadeeshwara, it is 247 feet. Again, there is a logic for 247 as well. If you look at what is that logic, you have 12 soul letters, 18 body letters, 216 soul and body letters, and then there is one isolated letter in Tamil called Ayuda. So if you add up all these things, it is 247. So every size dimension has some logic attached to it. Not only that, now you will have to, there are so many paintings inside. These paintings were just made out of natural ingredients. They used turmeric powder, they used neem extracts, then flower petal extracts, and all natural ingredients they used. But in spite of this, these paintings look fresh even today. If you see that, even today it is fresh. Now there are more than 100 secret passages inside the temple connecting it to the palace. The royals and their subordinates, in times of any emergency such as any ambush attack, they will use these secret passages when they think that the only way to save the nation is first to survive first and then see the rest. So these underground tunnels were used for that. Now the next thing is how they raised these 80 tons, which I told you of the kumbam, the structure on top, how they raised the 80 tons above the 216 feet with no sophisticated material handling equipment. It's really mind-blowing. Again, the sanctum sanctorium, it generates a lot of electromagnetic waves. The 80 tons above, it acts as a repulsive force. It channels the energy into the temples so as to sustain the piousness and the divinity of the temple. So, these facts, there are much more, I can go on rattling, but it's mind-blowing.
Amazing facts, Doctor. So, Doctor, have you addressed the archaeological survey findings that some of the sculptures were not complete? Is it like 85% completed? Do you know the reason why they were not completed?
Shyam, now you come to the secrets of the temple. I have to be careful. This and much more, Shyam, you can always get it from the book. This book, The Conquest of the East, is available in the bookstores near you and in all the online portals. Please grab your copy to get your answers soon. With this, we see you on another day, on another episode. Until then, it's bye-bye from Dr. Didi.